What is going on, guys? It's Karl from Newcastle Fans TV, and we are back with another video with, oh my gosh, some unbelievable news. First of all, I want to get a few little bits out of the way before we jump into this huge news, which has just come out via the Telegraph. And first of all, let's start on a bit of negativity, unfortunately, as Joe Linton was subject to some racism from Arsenal fans via Twitter after the Arsenal fixture this season. Absolutely ridiculous. Not even sure what would entice anyone to be racist, let alone after you've just won a game. To be honest, I really don't understand this at all. And what it does, it just highlights further that social media bosses really need to crack down, come together, and look for some sort of alternative to start combating this sort of behaviour. Obviously, we condemn racism wherever, not just in football. And absolutely, of course, we stand with Joe Linton and united against racism across the whole of the football spectrum. And in general, of course, absolutely ridiculous that in 2023, people are still using faceless accounts via Twitter to racially abuse people. Like, what are you doing? Get a fucking grip. Transfer update. Chris Wood officially signs for Nottingham Forest, which transfers 15 million quid into the back coffers of Newcastle United to add towards that transfer budget. Other news, James Madison deal apparently edging closer, but that could be knocked out by the news that I'm about to bring you. James Madison has obviously been teasing Newcastle United fans via his Instagram account, linking pictures with himself and Callum Wilson playing pool whilst away on international duty. There have been talks of this deal raising to around £60 million, and the rumours are that he prefers a Newcastle United move over a Tottenham Hotspur move. But, as I said, this upcoming news could throw that out of the water. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. Still, before we get there, some people leaving the club. Kieran Clark, who, to be fair, bar a few minor incidents, has been a pretty consummate professional at the club. He was fantastic throughout his championship career, and coming into the Premier League and helping us get promoted was also very, very solid in defence. Not amazing going forward, but he was a no-nonsense centre-half, and I thought he was great value for money in the time that we had him there. And one that's probably going to hit a little bit harder is Matty Longstaff, has unfortunately been released by Newcastle United. Boyhood club has done wonders for the club in terms of the opportunities that he's had at his age. I'm sure he's never going to forget those. Obviously, those 2 goals against Manchester United. I personally am gutted about it because I honestly feel that there's a player there, but there's a reason that people are in the positions they're in, and I'm here talking about it. Newcastle United have shown the class that they've got by letting him continue his rehabilitation after that cruciate ligament injury. Lots of people have spoken about there being a legal requirement for them to offer this. I honestly don't think there is once your contracts run out. So yeah, but either way, it's great for him that he's able to continue that, and I hope that the club find him a suitable club to go and continue his career. And I certainly will be following him from there. Other notable people that are staying: Loris Karius, Gillespie. Um, Dubravka deal looks like Newcastle look to be offering Dubravka an opportunity to stay as well. Yeah, interesting. We've got more goalkeepers than we have strikers. But the main news coming from the Telegraph, Newcastle United are close to closing in on Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan to the tune of around £50 million. The very Nicolo Barella that has just competed in the Champions League final against Manchester City. Where has this come from? And I think we tend to find that these are the types of signings, the ones that go under the radar, are usually the ones that obviously come to fruition. So, just to give you a little bit of background information for those who don't know about Nicolo, he's an Italian professional footballer who plays as a midfielder. Was born February 7th, 1997, in Cagliari, Italy. And he began his youth career at that club made his senior debut for them back in 2015 when he was just 17 years old. Barella quickly established himself as one of the most promising young talents in Italian football with his impressive performances in midfield, and he really does possess that technical ability and vision to bolster the Newcastle United midfield, in my opinion. A very, very good playmaker. But as I said, should we progress with this signing, I think that puts the Madison deal to bed. I don't know about you. Who would you prefer? Let me know in the comments. He's often praised for the energy that he's got and ability to cover a lot of ground during matches, which is something that I think we absolutely missed. Would you believe it? When Sean Longstaff wasn't playing in games, wouldn't have thought you'd be saying that 2 years ago, did you? But yeah, mental. This is a huge coup for Newcastle United and a real push to bolster the squad for Champions League football. As I said, we're talking about a Champions League finalist here. He quickly established himself, as I said, as a very promising young talent. And in 2017, he got his first call up for the Italian squad and made his debut against Albania. And he's become a regular of that national team since then. We've seen him several times in the huge competitions for Italy and playing major tournaments, obviously as the World Cup qualifiers and the Euros as well. In terms of his club career from Cagliari, he spent several seasons there and was their captain. Their captain at around 20, I think it was, maybe 21. In his impressive performances caught the attention of top clubs, and in 2019 he joined Inter Milan on what was an initial loan deal and then later made permanent after the success of that loan deal and the class that he brought to that Inter Milan side, which he really did drive them on and help them to win Serie A title in 2020 and 2021, which is a huge, huge coup for essentially, I think he was 25 at the time. But yeah, from there he pushes on, receives numerous accolades and recognition, nominated for various awards across European and Italian football, including the Golden Boy Award, which is given to the best young players in Europe, which is huge, huge. And now back at Newcastle United, we're getting back to those times where we're talking about bringing these types of players into Newcastle United. He's essentially regarded as one of the most promising midfield talents in both Italian and European football. With the technical skills, work rate, and the ability he has to influence games, he really, really has got the potential to become a key figure in both club at Newcastle, which he already has done at Inter Milan, and Italy, of course. Interesting. Just to give you a little bit of insight as to what he's done last season, he played in 35 games for Inter Milan, started 31 of those fixtures, averaging around 75 minutes per game, and was called into the team of the week 4 times this season, scoring 6 goals with an expected goal frequency of 3.25 and a goal every 437 minutes. Heat maps show him absolutely smashing it down that right hand side. Very similar to Miguel Almiron, of course, but don't no disrespect to Miguel Almiron. He is definitely an upgrade on that, and of course, I think we look to keep Miggy. And he's someone that will bolster the side absolutely. 26 years old. Talks of around £50 million, and he's currently valued at around 75 million euros. So it's not entirely out of the question with regards to us getting that. As I said, this has been reported by the Telegraph as it's a very, very, very close. I, for one, am super excited about this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Nicolo Barella to Newcastle United is on.